Hi, I'm Terry LeClair of LeClair & Associates First Team Real Estate, and I am really excited to be with Leila Lester today. Leila Lester is the owner of L&M Coastal Property Management, and she's a longtime friend and an amazing property manager. Now, if you're thinking about purchasing a commercial property, a multifamily residential property, or a single-family residential property for rent, Leila is the person to talk to. Her and her company do amazing work for her clients. She specializes in all those assets that I just mentioned and managing those properties. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk to you, Leila, is because I have clients all the time who either have commercial properties or residential properties that they're trying to manage and they're getting tired of managing them, or they're looking to purchase, but they're really afraid of the ramifications of dealing with tenants and all of the headaches that comes with managing properties. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to interview Leila, because I think that there are some important questions that she can answer for all of us and help us through this process. So if you're thinking about purchasing residential, multifamily properties or single properties for rent or commercial properties, Leila is the expert in the industry. I've known Leila for a number of years. She's been doing this since 2018, and she recently, in the last couple of years, has purchased the property management company that she actually was working with. So super excited to have you today, and I really want to get into some of these questions. So what I've done is I've gone out to some of my clients, friends, and family who are either thinking about purchasing properties or they actually have properties, but they're not managing them themselves. And they gave me these 5 questions that I think are really important to answer. So are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into question number 1. What does it cost to hire a property manager? What's the cost here?
So typically in the industry, it's between 8 and 12% of the gross revenue collected each month. Now, it really depends on your property and how much time and energy it will take for us to manage your property, and we can discuss what will benefit both you and us.
Okay, so it's a certain percentage of the gross rent. Now, do they have to cut you a check when it comes to paying you that monthly fee, or do you take it out of the disbursements?
Yeah, well, it depends if you want a full service property management contract, which means that we collect the rent, we also pay all the expenses. If we're doing that, then we just take it out of the checking account each month and at the end disperse the rest of the money to you as a draw.
Okay, so that kind of ties into the next question, right? So question number 2 was, what are some of the services property managers provide? So obviously you kind of touched on it, but maybe we can dig a little deeper into the services that you provide. So maybe you can list some of the services.
Yeah, so collecting rents, paying the bills such as utilities, landscaping, property tax, insurance. We can also keep in contact with your insurance carrier, make sure that you're up to date, you're paying your premiums. We also manage any repairs and any necessary improvements that you may need in the property. We do all the leasing. So our software can syndicate to over 30 different websites online, including Zillow, rent.com, apartments.com, and then we vet those tenants. We do background checks, and then we give you the information and you decide which tenant you want to proceed with. We also, for commercial properties, there's something called common area maintenance reconciliations, and takes a lot of time and energy, and we can do those invoices at the end of the year. We also drive by your property, make sure that it's well maintained, do annual inspections. So it's a lot that goes into managing your property.
And this is why, I guess rightfully so, people that haven't invested in commercial or income residential properties are nervous, because if they've ever seen your checklist like I've seen them, there's a lot of work involved, and they probably should be nervous. But again, the beautiful thing is you do not have to do this on your own. You have experts like Leila and her company, L&M Coastal Property Management, to help you. And again, you can not take a full service package. You can decide what pieces of the services you want once you do a consultation with you. I'm assuming they can kind of do a little bit of a piecemeal depending on what they're comfortable with and what they're not comfortable with, correct?
Yeah. Some of our owners really want to stay in control of the bank account, and that's totally fine. And then we can give them the expertise when it comes to anything legal, any tenant questions. And then we also have a 24-hour service if there's any emergencies.
Right. So that kind of ties into my next question. So let's get into that question. So question number 3, what are the benefits of having a property manager? What are some of the benefits that the consumer can experience?
Less hassle for you. You know, dealing with tenants is definitely a big concern of a lot of people that want to have a property manager. You know, getting those calls late at night, emergencies. I've myself have been up, you know, at 2 o'clock in the morning with an emergency, and a lot of people don't know how to handle that. And so we can handle that for you. And then also knowing all the laws and regulations and protecting yourself from any legal ramifications.
Right. So you work on the eviction stuff as well, which can be very cumbersome and obviously have a lot of legal aspects to it. So you deal with that. The one thing that you didn't mention that I know that you do, which I think is super cool, talk about your in-house staff with regards to repairs and so on.
Yeah, so we have a full maintenance team. So we have commercial properties, and we have a day porter service that comes out every morning, cleans up, make sure that there's no one on the property hanging out. So we'll clean, do power washing, make sure that it's well maintained. And then we also have a handyman service for those little fixes that the tenant needs right away, a change in a faucet, change in a toilet. And that really will bring your costs down by having this in-house service.
Yeah. And that's something that I absolutely love, because for those of us that own houses and have houses that we live in on a daily basis, if we have a plumbing issue, an electrical issue, or we need something done and you're not that handy and you have to call somebody in, good luck trying to find somebody right now, right? Yeah. So the great thing is not only do you have them on staff, but you have them on staff at a reduced rate, rather than me having to pay a premium to get a plumber in to replace a tap that's spewing water everywhere and turning off my water and so on. So I love the fact that you have that on staff commitment to your clients. And I think that's really important. And that's another benefit of having a property manager. Question number 4, do you need to be licensed to be a property manager?
Great question. The answer is yes and no. If you own your own property, you do not need a license to be your own property manager. But if you are managing other people's assets, you do need a real estate license, and your license needs to be hung under a broker.
Right. So Leela is also a real estate broker, even though I'm working alongside of Leela to help her with her clients and vice versa. She is actually a licensed broker. So it's amazing that she's also a licensed broker. I think that having the license is extremely important. And the other great thing that I wanted to mention, which kind of ties into the last question, and that is contractors. I know that you have a list of contractors that you use for bigger stuff, not just the smaller stuff. So having those relationships, and those are all licensed people that you're using for the bigger stuff, correct?
Yeah, we have a list of preferred vendors. So not only do we get some discounted prices for using those vendors, but we get to be at the top of their list. So if we have an emergency or if we have a roof leak or something, they will prioritize us and put us ahead of other clients.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I think that's super important to understand, because I think, we've all dealt with or heard of someone who has dealt with a contractor who has taken a deposit, not shown up, or drags out a job for a long time. Your people are vetted, you've used them in the past, and they want to continue to provide good service to you because it just means more business for them in the future. So yeah. I think that's a great relationship. All right, so let's talk about the 5th and final question. All right, the 5th and final question is, how do you choose the right property manager?
Yeah. Well, I think it all depends on your needs and wishes. If, we are a small boutique property management company, and so we can really cater to your needs. When you call into our office, you can speak to me as the owner of the property management company, which is kind of unusual. If you go with a larger company, you're going to have one person that you're going to speak to. They don't really know your clients really well or your tenants. So we really cater to our people, and we are local. So we like to have and help people that are close by so we can really maintain your property well.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. So again, one of the reasons why I wanted to have this interview and ask you these questions is because I think that there is a huge opportunity for my clients to go out and invest in real estate. I truly believe being in real estate, that investing in real estate is the secret sauce to success and financial freedom. And there's a lot of people out there that I think would like to or love to invest in real estate, but are afraid to because they just don't want the hassles. And here's the great thing. You might not be able to invest in an income producing property here in Orange County. It might be in Corona, Inland Empire, San Bernardino County, where the prices are a little bit less. But when you hire a property manager, whether it be L&M Coastal Property Management, Leela, or someone else, you can make those investments and kind of step back and not worry so much about the property. And I want our clients to understand that investing in real estate will help you with that financial freedom. And leveraging someone like you will also allow them to sleep at night and, not stay awake staring at the ceiling, freaking out that something's potentially going to go wrong on their property. So I want to thank you. I'm excited about our relationship. I know that we're going to be able to provide both sets of clients, your clients, my financial expertise in real estate, and your expertise for my clients in the property management, and again, giving them peace of mind when they purchase property. So thank you so much for being with me today. And we will definitely reach out to Leela again with more questions as they come up. But if you wanted to reach Leela, please look at the screen right now. Her contact information is on the screen. You can reach out to L&M Coastal Property Management anytime if you're interested in getting a quote, having a consultation, or just having a conversation with Leela to ask some more questions. So thank you very much for joining us. And Leela, thank you for spending this time with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.